Are you ready? I said, are you ready? You are listening to Voice of the Fans Sportscast, brought to you by none other than the voices of the fans. Discussing football, basketball, news, trending topics. The one-stop shop for all things sports. Voice of the Fans Sportscast. Hosted by none other than Ben Swift Reynolds, Taylor Gatwood, 100% RC, Professor Damian Flowers, and Tyler Wright.
Oh, snap, I was muted. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm your host, Ben Swift Reynolds. We have T. Wright, Professor Flowers, and RC in the house. What's going on, fellas?
Good.
Not much, man. I don't know how I was muted. My mic is right here, it was on. But I guess I forgot to click on the button on the screen. Come on, man. Rookie mistake, huh? Hey, that's what happened when you. It felt like I've been away from this pod for like a couple weeks, man. I don't know why.
We were just here on vacation.
Yeah, I know, man.
We did it what? When last time we did it? Tuesday? Monday? Tuesday?
Before
It's been about a week.
When the Nuggets win the championship, that was Monday.
So we did it last Thursday.
Yeah, something like that. So thank you, Bogosi, for coming in on the show. He said he ready to get some gambling going on.
Big time is coming. Don't worry.
That's
Football.
right.
Right around the corner.
That's right. So we're gonna start off with some NBA. With that being said, I'm gonna play it this time.
Well,
Fast break.
I wish I could hear these bars that was going through my head.
Man,
I can't rap, but I'll try.
Hey, go ahead. Go ahead and put in a couple bars for us, man.
Look, I gotta have
Put it on paper first.
Put it on paper.
No, bro. But listen, I'm from the Lil Wayne, Jay-Z era. It's coming straight out the dome, off the dome. I don't care if it don't rain or nothing. Tanks and ain'ts gonna be all in my words. Tanks and ain'ts and everything. It sounded like.
Hey, long you rhyming, huh? That's all that matters.
That's right.
So, the Nuggets, they won the championship a couple of days ago, and there was talks about Jokic. He win the Finals MVP, and so everybody, you know how they talk when players win. They're like, "Where do you rank Jokic now since he's Finals MVP, have a ring?" And some people like, "Man, he's top 5. He's top 5 player all time." Yeah, like he's the greatest big man of all time. There's none. He can put Shaq, in the blender and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask you guys, our experts, are they overreacting on Joker being the top 5 player of all time? Flowers, you think that's just some reach at this point?
I mean, anytime somebody wins something, people are quick to reach nowadays. Jokic is 28. He probably got another 7-10 years, definitely 5 to 7 in his prime. This is his first championship. MVP awards to me nowadays are not as valuable as they used to be. I'm not taking anything away from Jokic, but the MVP thing is more like a popularity contest and a narrative thing nowadays, and it's not taking nothing away from him because he should have won 3 in a row. But I'm not about to say this man is better than Shaq, David Robinson, et cetera, et cetera. Now, that doesn't mean that he's on their level, of course. Jokic's game will translate to any generation, any moderation of the NBA, but let's be real here. the NBA is going to have to adjust to Jokic because of his size and his skill. So you'll start to see more big men being paid. He's got a lot of big men paid. And I'm quite sure that, these coaches will try to implement these bigs to play like Jokic as far as, bringing the ball up and passing out of sets and stuff. But, right now he's a one of one. But I just think it's a little too early to compare him to people like Shaquille O'Neal. Now, if you want my true, honest opinion, because I know him and Shaq is probably the one that's brought up the most.
Right.
Because, Shaq, of course, is the most dominant force we've ever seen in the NBA, today, 20 years ago, however you want to call it, he's the most dominant big man I've ever seen. In my opinion, and I'll pass this off when I say this, it's either they gonna cancel each other out or Shaq gonna get Jokic fouled out. You're not stopping Shaq. I think people sleep on Shaq, whether it's the Lakers Shaq. I think that's probably the best Shaq. Jokic is not going to push Shaq around. Shaq is powerful enough. I mean, we seen this in and out through his career. It doesn't matter if it's Jokic, well, somebody the size is Jokic. I think Jokic is like 7 foot 280. That's paperweight to Shaq, man. Shaq, dipped that shoulder. Shaq had a jump hook. Up and under, all kind of stuff, but great touch with Shaq. But I mean, of course, Jokic's a better free throw shooter. But either they're gonna cancel each other out or Shaq gonna foul him out. I don't think I'm not gonna sit here and say Jokic is gonna dominate every big man just because we're seeing him beat up on smaller opponents now, and in which he should.
Yeah, I feel like even the young Shaq, the Orlando Shaq, would be a lot for Jokic to handle.
Yeah.
Because he had speed and power. He was bringing the ball up court. This young Shaq, he was handling everything. So
people act like Shaq can't dribble.
Exactly. We saw him playing around with Michael Jordan in the All-Star game when he was dribbling between the legs, showing off his handles.
Well, people think that, since they didn't run the offense they run nowadays, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, people need to understand it is not the players' fault that they're not doing what they're doing nowadays. It was the coaches putting a leash on these players. These players could, from 20, 30 years ago, could do a whole lot more than you think. They just had to play the traditional way that the coaches thought the game should have been played.
Right. So, T-Ray, I'm handing you. You agree with Jokic being top 5?
Not even close. I think people are dismissing the fact that you need longevity to be considered in like the top 10, top 5 conversations. So I think it's just a little too early. He has the skill and he's on his way. Don't get me wrong. With 2 MVP, back-to-back MVP, probably should be 3, arguably, and the Finals MVP in the ring. But he's climbing around. I will say he might be ahead of somebody in LA.
Well, we can also see. Start with A. Well, we can also see that the big man in this era wasn't as dominant as back in the older days.
They're not
like
as
you had
dominant.
Because back in the day, everybody like you have to have a big man. That's how you start off. Yeah. They're like you gotta have a big man and to protect the paint, to do all the small things too. But now you see in today's game, they go for more athletic ability. The person that can play the 1 through 5 and stuff like that.
They canceled the big man out.
Yeah, they canceled the big man out. So
with the whole Shaq conversation, sorry to cut you off, but it's like I watched Joel give him 50, so I know he can't do nothing with Shaq.
So that's why I think with him playing even Hakeem Olajuwon, that'd be brutal. I think
Hakeem nice on both ends.
Yeah, Hakeem definitely gonna foul him out because he ain't gonna be able to stop none of his post moves or his footwork. He's immaculate. RC, there was talks about 2 months ago how people picked Dwight Howard over Jokic. You think that still ain't true, or you was just like Jokic is here? He's the man.
I'm gonna look at this Jokic championship like I looked at Giannis championship. People overreacted. They've automatically Giannis is just gonna be the dominant force for years to come. It's just wait a minute. I look at Jokic though. I gotta say this about Shaquille O'Neal. I'm a Laker fan more than I am a Shaq fan, and I watch Shaq. Shaq is lazy, man, and he's dominant, but he's lazy. And so what Jokic is gonna do is he's gonna wear him down. And I watched Arvinas Sabonis, who at the time he came to the league, he was slower foot, he was older, but he was killing Shaq. Big country Brian Reeves killed Shaq. He struggled with Vlade. I'm talking about anytime he had to defend a guy that made him move his feet or that could shoot up in the perimeter, he didn't want to take that matchup. He wanted that let's bang each other. Ben Wallace, who at that time when Shaq played him, developed a 15-foot jumper, was able to guard Shaq one-on-one because Shaq was lazy. Ben Wallace should never be able to go. So I'm saying Shaq, if he shows up and he's motivated, he's gonna watch. It ain't even gonna be close. But if it's the Shaq that says I'm gonna let Kobe, I'm gonna depend on D Wade, I'm gonna depend on somebody Penny, then we in trouble. It just depends on which Shaq we're gonna get. Are we gonna get motivated Shaq or unmotivated Shaq? Because Jokic gonna be motivated. We know he's gonna be ready every game. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think what people are doing with putting him in the top 5 is prisoners of the moment. You know, you saw him dominate the undersized Bam. You saw him dominate. You saw him dominate a non-motivated. They wanted to take the challenge in AD. So, but when you saw him play a motivated Embiid, it's like, wait a minute. You see what I'm saying? So it all depends on when it comes to Shaq, which am I getting motivated Shaq or unmotivated Shaq? And but I think Jokic is a force to be reckoned with. He reminds me of Tim Duncan, really quiet, and he just goes through what his stuff. But Dwight Howard did defend him in the bubble, and if Dwight Howard would have been in LA this year, the Lakers would have got past the Nuggets because it was another body that helped with Jokic. So Jokic don't do well with size, like Flowers said. Big guy banging on him back, that ain't gonna work.
That's why I wanted to seeing Jokic. He had a little problem with more athletic type bigs
that can get into him.
They can get into him. So that's why when we talk about young Shaq and other guys, we feel like they just have just a little bit of another level to them. The Glue said that the Shaq, nobody putting Shaq in the blender. He said Jokic probably top 10 big man right now, but not top 5. Which I agree. I'll probably put him in
top 10, no doubt.
But let me ask you this:
is he top 10?
I left another guy.
I would say close to it.
Like David Robinson,
probably.
David Robinson probably the most disrespected big ever. David Robinson was that guy.
Amazing.
He had 71. Did he get 71?
71. Yep.
He got a quadruple double too, don't he?
Quadruple double. Yeah.
It gave Michael Jordan the Bulls fit. So you're looking at Patrick Ewing. He ain't no slouch. That fadeaway that you see Anthony Davis shooting. Ewing was shooting that first, but Ewing also would dip his shoulder and get to the rim. So if I saw Jokic night in and night out, had to go get Mourning, Mutombo, Ewing, Shaq. No, he ain't in there.
So we giving him top 10?
I feel like it can be made a case for it with his 3 MVPs, with his ring now.
So you got name your 10.
Shaq, Will, Bill.
Okay.
Moses.
Elijah Wan. Moses in there.
Kareem.
I'm getting short. David Robinson.
Right.
You got Patrick Ewing.
Dwight. Yes,
I don't know. I'll cross up to Dwight.
For who?
We can't take away what Dwight meant, the young Dwight meant to the league, because the young Dwight.
I know, but
I don't see Jokic winning a defensive player of the year. Let me say this before you continue, Ben. And this is no knock against Jokic, but everybody on the top list, or the top center list, either won defensive player of the year or considered, and definitely made the all defensive team.
And Dwight Howard shut Jokic down in that series in that bubble. I know they was in the bubble, but Dwight Howard on the Lakers and JaVale McGee were bodies that helped defend. If you're going to say Anthony Davis, you guard Jokic by himself, I'm talking about barbecue. Take the skin off the barbecue chicken. But if you're going to say Dwight Howard physically, look at Dwight Howard's body. He was like, he wasn't pushing Dwight. So, yeah, man, I'm like y'all. But let me give my team real quick. Kareem's 1. Kareem is number 1. Bill Russell, Shaq, Elijah Warren, then Shaq, David Robinson, Ewing, Dwight, Mourning. I'm gonna put Mourning in there, and Mutombo. I'm gonna put
That's
Mutombo
10
in
people
there.
right there.
So somebody gonna say, why would you have Jokic out and not put over Mutombo? Because I'm saying what I'm looking at is, can Mutombo defend? If Mutombo got to guard Jokic the whole game, he ain't scoring. I done seen Mutombo lock up great bigs. So give me a guy. Mutombo could score later on in his career. But I just like Mutombo. But that Mutombo Jokic just go back and forth. It's kind of like, but Jokic gonna be hard to get in that top 10, bro.
I think a lot of people gonna slide in Jokic right now in the top 10.
Yeah,
Just pretty
I
little
think I
bit.
would.
That's all.
Got, like you said, 3 MVPs in the championship now. So
yeah. Morning, you can take Morning out.
they probably take Mourning out or Mutombo.
Mourning's a champion.
You taking Mourning out before Mutombo, RC?
I'll take Mutombo out. I'll take Mutombo out before I take Mourning out.
This is why I don't. Lonzo Mourning is kind of on the fence with Lonzo Mourning, because a lot of offenses didn't run through him. I didn't fear him. He wasn't a big that I feared. Like
That's true.
When the Lakers played against the Hornets or they played against the Heat, I was never worried about Lonzo Mourning. Defensively, I was, but scoring 50 and having 20 rebounds. The Jokic is averaging a triple-double, and still something to be said about that. But so Mourning can come out of there. And same with Mutombo. It just gets tough at that bottom 9, 10. You can put anybody.
That's how I feel like a lot of top 10 lists do that. Once you get past like 7, you're like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
You can interchange these guys. They're interchangeable. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear from the crowd with the top 10 list, but it is what it is. Let's move on to Zion. So there was a piece put out by Bleacher Report. They said a well-placed source think the Pelicans will indeed considering Zion to move into the top 3 of the NBA draft. RC, good move.
Yeah, get the cancer out of it. Listen, you detected it early. Get the cancer out of here. I mean, I don't know what the Pelicans need to do, but they're cursed when it comes to their star players. They get a star player in there, he's there for a few years, then all of a sudden he's disgruntled. I mean, I'm talking about Baron Davis, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, Zion. Something is wrong down there. I don't know if it's New Orleans or if it's those players, but they don't want to be there. And if you don't want to be there, the Pelicans are a championship team. They contending right now. You can go get off him now while he's still valuable, or somebody's gonna be stupid enough to go get him. Call Charlotte, call New York, call Portland.
Just do away with him. Go ahead. Get him out.
Get out of it. Yeah. Poor decision maker.
Flowers, do you agree with RC?
Wholeheartedly. Now, my question is, now they want Scoot Henderson from what the reports are saying, and Portland has the number 3 pick. Now, my question is, what sense does it make for Portland to trade Zion for the number 3 pick to pair with Dame when neither one of them really can stay on the court? So that doesn't make sense. So are you trading Zion to Portland? That's not going to satisfy Dame.
No.
You want to have to ship Dame off and it's going to have to be a full rebuild. I just don't see the point of sending Zion to Portland to pair up with Damian Lillard if neither one of them can really stay on the court. Now the Pelicans want to get away from it. I understand. They're not paying them, top tier money. I think they're paying them maybe $30-40 million a year at the moment. But he's not in a fully maxed deal, so this would probably be ideal to get rid of him. Now, I will say this: I am curious to see how the Pelicans, come out this up and coming year since they got a new medical staff and stuff. Because I think that was a lot of the problems. Baron Davis and Chris Paul excommunicate from this discussion because they bled New Orleans. They and the Hornets organization. They gave their heart to it. But Anthony Davis and Zion, man, are just premature. Anthony Davis just seen the writing on the wall for himself. He, clutch sports in his ear. He's trying to get to LeBron. That narrative was set, and boom, he was out of there. Zion, like you say, just immature, irresponsible, not taking care of his body. You know what? Maybe it's best for him to go to Portland because that's where he lost all his weight when they shipped him off for those few months. He lost all that weight. He got back in good condition. So, you know what? Maybe that is a good place for him. But maybe he'll just be a part of the new rebuild because I don't see him and Damian Lillard playing together.
Yeah, how many porn stars live in Portland too? That might be
You fly him up there.
Hey, but then
Don't say
also
that none in New Orleans.
Nike's in Portland, so Oregon. So he'll be closer to Jordan, Nike brand. I agree with you, man. That's a good take. Like it's either way it go, he got to go.
He can't be here. He just can't stay here.
New Orleans too much for him. He can't handle it, unfortunately.
T-Right. If you were a team, would you pull a trade for Zion?
If I'm a team, yeah, it's just if I'm a team, I ain't gonna lie. If I'm a team like Houston, or I'm scared to bring him to Houston, I'm scared to bring him to New York. So you see what he's doing in New Orleans.
See what James Harden was doing in Houston.
At least James Harden on the court.
That's what I'm saying.
At least he in the strip club getting back on the court, dropping 50. But
and
it's
Deshaun Watson in Houston,
It's just sad, like RC said, we had Baron Davis, we had BD, we had Chris Paul, Anthony Davis. It's just right on brand what we did with. I guess I hate to see him go because when he in the game, he 25 and 10 from 60% from the field, man, every night.
That's hard. That's tough.
The hardest part is just getting them on the court.
I couldn't see a top team trading with them, especially like the child trade up to the third pick. Like,
listen,
I don't know.
Yes, man. Somebody desperate.
Because, but it just
not sell tickets. That's the one thing you got to consider.
First you got to show up to sell. First you got to show up to your job to sell tickets. He hadn't been on the court in a while.
He never wanted to be in New Orleans. I remember before the draft. Yeah. Weeks before the draft, he wanted to go to New York.
New York so bad.
Man, he was talking about
the super team.
I wonder why.
the mecca of basketball. He was talking about like you hear him talk about everybody but New Orleans. He'd be excited. Dallas. He'd be excited about other cities. LA. So it's like it's his people that's in his ear. I think Zion. You don't have a guy that clean cut and don't get in any trouble. Not over there in Duke, and he was a different type of kid. And you go to New Orleans, and then all of a sudden you just change. And the money didn't change him. You watch Anthony Davis, who forced his way out of New Orleans. So what can I do to get out of New Orleans? Just do crazy stuff that don't make sense. It's a business model. It's a great way to get out of your contract or James Harden put on a fat suit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, listen, man.
Time to dust off the old fat suit, huh?
This is not random, bro. These dudes know what they're doing, man. They know
it's calculated, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
dealing with that kind of money, it gotta be.
It's gonna be interesting what's gonna happen in the upcoming weeks in the NBA with trades and draft. Because
look, one more thing. His hamstring situation. Dude could have played in the playoffs. Dude said, "Yep, I'm healthy. I could play. I just don't feel like I don't feel."
I thought the team made a decision. I thought the team.
No, listen.
No, he made.
He said. He said, "I just don't feel like I can play." He said out his mouth, "I can play right now. I just don't feel like Zion."
But look, what was
months later? This what come out. This what you doing? He in the warm up doing 360 windmill between the legs.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
In practice,
he posting videos dunking like he in NBA Live or something.
Yeah, come on, man. How you doing that with a bomb string?
You out here? This what you out here doing while you not on the court? Yeah.
So, in other news too, KCP came out and said it's about the Lakers and LeBron. He said it's so much nicer to play with a superstar who's driven by winning rather than stats. T-Right, you making a face like you got a problem with that comment.
Did he say
that? You have a problem with
it? How do you know he's talking about LeBron?
Because they asked him a question about the Lakers, the difference between him playing with Jokic and LeBron. They asked him that.
Oh, they asked him about that? about
Yes.
literally the Lakers? I just hate how they got the Lakers. The Lakers got real estate in their mind for somebody that just won a championship and swept the Lakers. They cannot stop talking about the Lakers.
What? You sound hurt, T, right?
No, I'm just saying you
No,
won a
I mean
championship.
you
Why are you
would.
talking about
Then
the
the Lakers
Lakers?
beat them in
I'm
the
not a
bubble.
Lakers fan.
Hey, but you a LeBron James fan. You sound kind of hurt over here, though.
It's a rival. It's a rival, man. It's a not a rival. It's something there because the Lakers beat them for a
He played
championship,
there.
and then he played that, and then also, man, he understands too. Like it's a lot that playing with LeBron James, a lot comes along with that, and you gotta think about it. The Lakers got rid of KCP and Alex Caruso, and
Yep.
guys that really great, good players, good role players. And it was because KCP talked back and Alex Caruso talked back. If you talk back, you out of there. Like if you stand up, and you out of there. So yeah, man, that's crazy.
And so, yeah. I don't think, like I said, T. Wright wasn't on his mind. They asked him a question, so he
I
answered.
ain't know what question to ask. I just think because Mike Malone, their coach, been talking about the Lakers every chance he gets.
Yeah. I'm gonna show that clip. Just give me 1 second. Let's move on to Doc on Harden. How y'all seen that quote by Doc? He always talk about his players, when they lose and he moving on. Do y'all want to hear what he had to say?
Please.
Doc said it was challenging more because we were fighting two things and not like visually fighting. James was so good at playing one way, and the way I believe you have to play to win. In some ways, it's different because it's a lot of giving up the ball, moving the ball, and coming back to the ball. You always were hard on Doc. What you think about that statement about Harden and why they fell apart, right, per se?
Who you ask? RC or who you say?
I said RC.
Man, listen, I don't want to hear nothing Doc talking about. Man, Doc, listen, you knew that situation. It's kind of annoying. It's like you heard about the girl and then you tried it out anyway, knowing that you already what you were. You cannot complain. They had already warned you. You already knew. You thought you were gonna change her. You thought you was gonna whatever you had going on would be so special that it would change who she is. Everybody knows
trying
who
to save
James
her.
Harden. Bruh, what? Everybody know who James Harden is, man. What you doing?
I gotta throw a lifeline out for Doc now.
But wait, he did the same thing. He did the same thing to Paul George. Same way with Paul Pierce. You know, Paul George was complaining about the pin downs. You wanted him to be Ray Allen instead of letting him be Paul George. It can't always be your players, man. You had a player who went from being one of the best players in the league, and under your tutelage, the Monstars robbed him of his ability to play basketball. That happened on the Doc Rivers watch, man. Like, come on, Doc. Come on, man. We know James.
Go ahead, Flowers.
I'm not disagreeing with nothing you said until, as far as how we know what James Harden gonna bring to the table. I feel like if Doc would have had the decision to bring James in or out, I don't think he brings him there. That's Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey brought him there. Mm-hmm. I honestly think if Doc Rivers had a choice, it wouldn't have been James Harden. That's all I want to say.
Who would have been?
I mean, it could have been anybody but James. I mean, of course, this is the Ben Simmons stuff. They're trying to get rid of Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
And then the James Harden stuff came about because he didn't want to be there. So it's like, boom, we'll give you Ben for James. And of course, Philly got the better end of the trade.
But look,
we seen. I mean, like you said, see, like when Harden got there, we knew it wasn't gonna work.
No,
we knew it was gonna work.
And he talking about going
Harden
back to Houston
his own
to mess him up. But look, Docton had prime CP3, prime Blake Griffin, prime DeAndre Jordan. He had prime Paul Pierce, prime Kevin Durant, prime Ray Allen, prime Tobias Harris. I'm throwing him in there. Jimmy Butler. Did he go Jimmy Butler? No, prime Tobias Harris.
No, he had Jimmy.
Prime Embiid. He had prime. No.
He had T-Mac. Didn't he coach T-Mac too?
Back in Orlando.
He got one championship out of all of that.
You know what?
Wait, what's your case then, RC? You making a case?
I think he riding coattails on that one too.
That's another one. He got a protege that's gonna do the same thing by the name of Ty Lue, who ain't gonna win another championship without LeBron James, because you know why? LeBron James, we know LeBron James run the team. LeBron coaches and he plays. He's Bill Russell over there. He got it. He got it figured out. He puts people on the team that he wants on that team. I feel like Doc Rivers. I'm not saying he ruined Ben Simmons, but he helped create the environment.
Yeah,
Right after the playoff game, y'all talking about dude, and dude turned to the Monstars. Like the Monstars got over him and took his basketball ability. He ain't been back since. So it's on Doc, man.
Yeah, Doc. It's curious to see when Doc loses and he got to come out. He always point to blame somewhere else. He always saying like, well, you gave me this and I had to work with this and I had injuries. I had, in-house disagreements. Huh?
Did he had Kawhi too?
Did he have Kawhi?
In the bubble.
Yeah, Kawhi.
No.
In the bubble.
Oh, yeah. But Kawhi got hurt in the bubble, though.
But I'm saying before Kawhi gets hurt in the bubble, the next season, before Kawhi gets hurt, he had a Kawhi Leonard. This is my thing. How can I, because we know what James Harden is and what he ain't. But what did James Harden do in the Boston series that caused them to lose? Because it wasn't James Harden. It was the inability.
There's a lot of different things.
Yeah, it was an inability to stay consistently playing through Embiid on the block. Embiid wanted to go out. He played right into their hands shooting three like he was Al Horford. And you got to, stay down on that.
As a coach, you got to correct that, man. You can't let your big come out shooting threes like that.
Use your size.
So Tyler brought up the Nuggets talking a whole bunch of mess. So I found the video. I had it in my queue, but I finally got it. So let's see that real quick. Let me see.
When was this today?
Yeah, it was
the
today.
parade was today, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I seen Jokic in that white tee toe up.
As the son of a coach, but in these playoffs, he became the Lakers' daddy. So I'll tell you what, NBA, put that in your pipe and smoke
it.
Ain't mad though.
There we go. You put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Okay, let me say this because
They better be careful now.
I'm kind of on Mike Malone's side because as soon as the championship's over, what are the Lakers gonna do this offseason? Damn.
Right.
As soon as the Nuggets swept the Lakers, well, what is LeBron James going? Is he going to retire? I get it. Everything is not
though.
I mean,
So-
of course, but when the media, it's the media's fault.
Yeah,
That's
it's
what I'm
me.
blaming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm blaming. It's the media's fault because they're the ones asking the questions. I can't get mad at Malone and company for giving us honest answers.
I think
They're frustrated.
LeBron, after the series, made it about him, and the Nuggets wanted to be about them. But where the Nuggets are wrong in what they playing with fire right now, because listen, man, the Lakers were in every game, okay? And this is what I see, Denver. You just won your first championship. Tinseltown, we got 16, 17 championships. And LeBron's motivated to get 5, at least catch Kobe. They're not that far away from you. See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like Rudy, if they go get Rudy Gobert, if they can figure out how to get Rudy Gobert out of freaking Minnesota, there go your big to help Anthony Davis. You don't need nothing but a big to help Anthony Davis.
Go beside him.
Yeah, and re-sign Austin Reeves and make sure that Hachimura stay there and keep your pieces around.
What's Rudy Gobert contract and how they give back
I'm
max
Reeves?
deal.
I'm saying he got a max deal, but I'm saying
Okay.
go find you a great value. Go get Bismack Biyombo.
Get Cat.
You just need a guy beside
To me,
AD.
I feel like they shouldn't have got rid of JaVale McGee.
Or
You got people like DeMarcus Cousins sitting at home collecting dust. They can put the ball in the bucket.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But listen, you can take Tyler Gatwood, and we just need another body. And it can't be Gabriel. It's got to be a solid big body guy that can push Jokic and get into Jokic because Jokic want to bang with his shoulders. And so my thing is, But back to the Nuggets, why are y'all playing with you? Like you still that dude, man. Don't play with that dude like that. Don't play with LA like that. We ain't on y'all mind. We stuck y'all, man.
I knew RC would feel
Oh,
some type of way, but I knew
I
Tyler would feel
do.
some type of way too.
Leave us be, man. See who
I
do
love it, but hey, I'll hype with him.
that? I bet you would.
You are anti Laker fan. That's what you are.
Let
He ain't
me ask
welcome
this
back.
question real fast
He ain't welcome back.
while we talking about Denver. Other than Embiid, who in the league can go body to body with Jokic?
Cat.
That's a great
Cat.
question.
I'm not.
I've seen-
Cat need to get in the weight room.
Yeah.
He a cat. You know what? Change that K to a C.
Yeah.
He's so.
Cat should be able to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: Keith Sweat, because I've seen it.
It's
So-
a problem. That's a problem.
If he goes with if Steven Adams is healthy, and Memphis make it, and they're
Steven
playing
Adams,
against
yeah.
Nuggets,
Steven Adams a good one. That's a
they're
good
gonna
one.
they're gonna bang with him, but he's gonna get in foul trouble. See, because Jokic got sneaky agility and athleticism, and he's smart on the block, and he does little stuff, little crafty stuff. It ain't just, because that shot he's shooting over Anthony Davis, even though Anthony Davis is 6'10", he's really 7 foot tall with the wingspan. So AD has
Right.
stretched his arm out, and this man is leaning back like dirt. You can't teach some of the stuff he's doing, okay? But this is the issue with Jokic. They don't have a guy coming in that can help the Nuggets. When Jokic go to the bench, that's your chance. That's your chance.
Mhm.
So you bring in your big, which would be, I would go get Dwight Howard out of China, Japan, wherever he's at. LeBron, if you want to win one more championship, bring Dwight Howard back, because you know how the Lakers do. They love resurfacing and running it back, spin the block with Dwight
Recycling.
Howard, and just go get him just for Jokic. Because right now, if you don't do something,
Nuggets.
the Lakers have nobody they can guard him.
Yeah, that's what they're talking about. I know we going back to Nuggets, but I just want to point out, people think this is a start of a dynasty run.
No,
What y'all think about that?
It could.
it could, but it's too,
It gives you Spurs vibes for some odd reason.
man. That's what same thing. They look like the Spurs. They
Mhm.
look just like the Spurs. He owned it. That's a great match.
Yeah.
When
So,
you said
wow.
Tim Duncan earlier, it looked. Because I was thinking the same thing the other day. Just all around, can pass, block shots. Not as great as Timmy, of course, but the range is deeper. Great passing team. Shit, that's San Antonio.
And see, the key to their team is Aaron Gordon, because
Yes.
he's a big guy. Did you see how small Miami looked when Aaron Gordon caught the ball around the basket? I didn't realize how big he was. He caught
And
the ball.
Porter.
He just literally just putting the ball. That's another piece. Yeah, they got dynasty vibes. I'll take all that.
They're
What I just
big.
They tall. That's what I'm
Everybody
saying.
other than Murray is above 6'7".
Mm-hmm.
Porter 6'10", Aaron Gordon 6'9", 6'10", Jokic
And
7
Porter
foot.
had a bad series. He had a bad.
They lucky Michael Porter didn't turn out the way he was supposed to be because his back got hurt.
It'll be a blowout. I feel like
he was the
I feel
next
like this
KD.
is- I feel
Go
like
watch
in
his
the
high
finals
school
too.
highlights.
I feel like in the finals, Porter scrolled. I feel like if he was on,
It's first time. Like,
I'm just
first
saying though.
time,
I feel like the Heat probably won one game. If Porter was playing
he a
like he was
baby.
playing in the Celtics series, I don't think the Heat would have won. I think the
I'm
game
gonna
would have
tell
been
you.
close.
I'm gonna tell you something that's crazy about the Nuggets. They had Reggie Jackson on their bench.
Yep. He played
Right.
5
Yeah.
minutes the whole series.
Reggie
Yeah,
Jackson,
but-
Ish Smith is on their bench. They had freaking Aaron Gordon, who was a castaway. You got Jeff Green. You got
Mhm.
Bruce Brown. Like, they had
DeAndre
pieces.
Jordan.
Come on, man. He
Yeah,
came in and
DeAndre
got a
Jordan.
black automatically, man. This is about
But
the Lakers. Got to get bigger.
what's so crazy is that Nuggets had a perfect mixture of veterans and young guys. The perfect mixture of it.
And they got a guy and a head coach, in Mike Malone,
Mhm.
who talk that shit. You hear me there, Huddle?
Wow. Smoke that.
This is our time. When you say this is our time, okay, they won that quarter. We're gonna win this quarter. We're gonna win. That's what Darvin Ham needs to do. He needs to look them in their face He'd be like, all right, LeBron. All right, LeBron.
He's like, what you want to do, LeBron? Nah, he be like, what you think about this, LeBron? What you think about this play?
That's a compliment.
that's what he doing. It's all
We
right,
need to have a
LeBron. We need some
conversation.
more pieces.
But
We
look,
need to have
bro,
a conversation about LeBron. Like far as the sacrifices, I'm just gonna say this and I'll stop. We need to have a conversation, about LeBron. Far as how many people have had to truly sacrifice so much just to please him.
yeah. But I'm gonna
Put
say
your
this.
job online to please him.
I'm gonna say this in his defense. Him and Bill Russell are the only two players I truly believe that don't need a coach to win a championship because they were extremely smart. LeBron is extremely smart. It just rubs me the wrong way because David Black was a good coach. He got him out of there. He wanted to get Spoelstra fired. He don't like Darvin Ham. Frank Vogel wins the championship. He's out of there. But LeBron James is the key piece to that thing because, man, listen, how I know, look at the players that he brought in. Like they were, like he did this in Cleveland when he had all Derrick Rose all on the team and he blew it up. And he brought in those guys that listened and they made the finals. Well, he did the same thing this year. They had all them guys, Pat Bear, and he blew it up. And he brought in Rory Hachimura. Like, be honest, before he played with LeBron James here, I was looking like, who the hell is Rory Hachimura? He went out there and made himself some money. Austin Reeves looked like a bucket, looked like that dude with LeBron James. He will get you paid. He will get you paid. That's for sure.
What was that guy? The Lakers, Mosgrove? What was his name?
Yeah.
They got that money
They got
from
him big paid. They probably still paying him.
Hey, he owed LeBron a cut. He owed LeBron a cut.
What about the point guard that played
Delanova
that was running around got him paid $24 million from Milwaukee. Stole that money.
He ran off with the bag. He secured the bag and took off. So let's we just have one news in the NBA, one news topic. Well, not really a topic, but Fred VanVleet has declined his $22.8 million player option and will become an unscripted free agent. Lakers, if they had some money, they
got the money.
They can go after him. They can sign it.
I mean, he's a clutch force.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, VanVleet.
Half the damn league in clutch force.
He said what you say, RC.
VanVleet won't be a Laker because to me, VanVleet is a Miami Heat player. He reminds me of Kyle Lowry.
That'll be an upgrade.
Because Kyle Lowry is he's going to be on his last year under his contract with Miami. So VanVleet for Kyle Lowry, that'll be a great,
and swap out Gabe Vincent, give VanVleet.
Kyle Lowry going to be in a trade package for Dame if they can get Dame.
Bro, listen,
Bradley Beal.
Kyle Lowry's due to make $24 million, $29.
They're not paying him that $29.
He out of there.
He out of here. Yeah, he out of there.
Take a pay cut.
38 years old making that much, and that's not saying Kyle Lowry's a bad player, but he's not $29 million worth.
You're right about that. So let's move on to the NFL. Have y'all heard about deeds? They've been plastered everywhere.
What's going on, man? I don't. All
right, so I'm gonna read a couple of things that I have right here. Deeds was not at mandatory camp, and Matt Dermott says he's very concerned. So earlier on that week, Josh Allen came out and made a statement. He said that they said he takes some responsibility for the Stephon Diggs drama. Allen said Diggs' absence from the team first mandatory minicamp practice Tuesday after leaving the facility earlier in the day. I guess he was there from what they just said.
Yeah, he was there. He left.
He's there. He left. He comes from the issue the team is working on internally. Josh Allen came out and said some more stuff. Allen said that he did not think there is a personality conflict between him and Diggs, but there are things that could have gone better last year. Some examples Allen gave of what the Bills can do to support Diggs is incorporating him a little bit better in what they were doing and getting him the ball or getting more involved in the game plan. One more thing, and Josh Allen said, this does not work, what we're doing here. Without him, we wish he was in here today. and was out there on the field with us, and that's not the case. But I got his back no matter what. And again, I got no doubt what we will figure out what's going on. I freaking love him, and I can't stress that enough. So, Diggs again. We saw what happened in the playoffs between Diggs and Allen, because Diggs was not getting the ball enough in that game, and he was very frustrating. They losing the game, they probably should be winning, to be honest. And so he lashed out on Allen, and now he's still lashing out on the team. And Allen said they're gonna figure out a way to get him more involved in the game plan. But somebody pointed out, I forgot what show it was. They said Diggs was having about 8 or 9 targets a game. Like,
he was top 3 in targets in the league.
Top 3 in targets.
That's what I'm confused about. What's the issue?
He's a diva, man. He's a diva, man.
It's like it's giving me diva-like tendencies, right? Unfortunately,
right? Unfortunately, like I don't know what they want. I don't know what he wants the team to do for him. I mean, he, like I say, he top 3 in targets. I know there was a frustrating game in the playoffs, but
why now?
I don't know.
It should have been a little more frustrating, not because he was not getting targets. They was getting their ass whooped.
Yeah.
Now, I understand their frustration. Now, you want to complain and cry about targets, you starting to lose me here.
First of all, man, it was snowing. It was snowing so bad. I remember looking at my TV like, how are they able to get the actual footage? How are they able to get us? Because what we were seeing, they wasn't seeing. It was worse in that stadium. So you're going to throw the ball in that weather like that. You should have really been trying to run the ball, establish the run, and play action off that. But like, I'm so sick of these dudes, man, who forget about how hard it was to make it to where they at, and they get the money and start acting like you throwing a tantrum, my dude, in the National Football League. Like, you're not even that guy.
On a good team.
They keep putting him
great
in
team, contender.
He's a good player, but they keep making them guys be listening to all these other players in the league say who in your top 5, and then you got Jerry Jeudy, Diggs is in there, and then you get Diggs is in there. You got Diggs in there. Like, everybody putting you in their top 5, but really, what do that mean? Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. This makes no sense because you're getting ready to go into training camp. You need less distractions as possible.
Right.
What you want everybody to do? Kiss your ass, man. They need to charge Barkley in football, man. To just say, hey, man, dig your way out of here.
Yeah. Like, at this point, I ask him, are you about winning? Or are you about making yourself look as good as possible on the field? Because we saw during the whole season, you are Allen's favorite target. Yeah, some games don't go as you expect them to go, but sometimes that's football. The game plan changes. When the Bengals are doing stuff to take away Diggs, the game plan changes. That's just how sports is, and you gotta adapt to that. Maybe you can put a little more effort into blocking. You can impact a game in certain ways without just catching the ball. We see a lot of receivers, Hines Ward, do that a lot in his career, making an impact anywhere he can. So I don't understand Diggs' gripe. He came from Minnesota. He came to a better situation with a better quarterback, and you still complaining? Come on.
He had 1,400 yards this year, bro.
Exactly. I know.
What is your problem?
His problem is he's a me guy, man. He's turning into more of a me guy. Like you said, RC was talking about, they've been pumping his head up about him being top 5, top 10, whatever. But we don't care about that. As an NFL team, you dare to win these games, especially in a big game like that. We don't care about the targets at that point in time. We care about winning this game.
But
so I understand his frustration in losing that game, but not your targets, bro. Don't talk to me about targets. Do not talk to me about that.
Is anybody on this panel taking him over Jamar Chase?
No, sir.
No.
Is anybody on
Chase is younger, first of all.
Anybody on this panel taking him over Jefferson?
No.
Is anybody on this panel, if you had to pick, hey, I'm gonna build a team around a receiver in history, he ain't even in my thought process. Like,
right.
So pump your brakes, dude. You're not Terrell Owens, you're not Jerry Rice, you're not Megatron, you're not Randy Moss, dude. You're not even DeAndre Hopkins when he healthy.
And a lot of people still take Devontae Adams over Diggs, and Adams had a bad year.
Who
I'll
in the
take-
last 3-4 years? Who has said Diggs is the best receiver in the league? Let's go even further. Let's say last 7. That's about
I'll
as
take
long as he's
Odell.
played.
Look, a
take
lot of
Odell.
people been having what? DeAndre Hopkins,
I'll
Adams,
take
Michael
Odell.
Thomas,
Tyreek.
Tyreek
Brown,
Hill.
particular time.
Yes. Even Amari Cooper was being mentioned
As a route
before
runner.
Diggs.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
crazy.
why I don't understand his gripe, man. You getting a lot of targets, bro. A lot.
You know what?
And
You know what put Diggs on the map?
Minnesota
Kinda
Miracle.
I've never seen you play basketball, Ben, but I guarantee you had a 40-point game. We'll never hit the last spot. What guys? We're gonna hear about that 40-point game.
Yeah, but
I scored 29. I still talk about
see,
it.
look,
That's-
see.
Listen, bro. Stephon Diggs had the Al Bundy moment, and he ain't letting it go. When he runs past, really, I blame the Saints for this shit, man. Because listen, that dude was just another receiver in the league who was gonna be a decent receiver, gonna be good. But the Saints made him into a diva. It turned him, it changed him forever, man. Like what? Oh,
Marcus
Train
Williams.
that one play changed history.
Marcus Williams.
That's true.
yeah,
For real.
before then,
Like Diz was good, but he wasn't that. Everybody like, man, Diz that guy until the Minnesota Miracle.
Yeah,
like
good.
his name
He
just
is
took
good,
off.
though. Yeah,
He's
he
good.
is.
He
It's
probably like a top 5 route runner in the league. I'll say that. His route running ability is probably top 5.
in that actual game, because I had money on that game, I was with the Saints. I'm like, the Saints got this. There's no way Minnesota beat the Saints. Matter of fact, I left the house, get some food and come back to get ready for the next game. And I'm like, ain't no way. In that game, he was having trouble. In that game, he just wasn't just giving y'all fit.
Exactly.
So he gets that, and now I just feel like these guys just forget, man. Y'all bust y'all ass to get to this level, and then you get to this level, and you just act like ungrateful, man.
Act a plum fool. For what?
We don't even know what the problem is. That's the thing.
I know Allen. Apparently, Allen. I don't think he know what the problem is. He's saying he think he might have an idea. Like, well, we did have that big old fallout. Maybe it's that. I take blame for that. Maybe that's what.
How about Diggs come out and tell the world what the problem is, so we can have an understanding of what's going on instead of, you saying the media is capping. He came back.
Yeah, he
today.
said capping. Yep.
He was back today in practice. So but you get online. I'm just gonna let the media talk. No, you created this narrative. I don't get these athletes when they create these narratives and then they'll just sit on their hands and be like, "Well, you lying on me." Well, you don't want coming out with subliminals.
Russell Westbrook, you
running with it.
Russell Westbrook, you wore the leopard pants, and then you get mad at the media saying, your leopard is coming off your pants. Like they bring the attention to themselves, then they play victim. Like, man, look. But I want to say this before we move on, man. Just got word that Ray Lewis's son, Ray Lewis III, it just passed away. More bad news.
Yep. All right, yeah.
Good.
Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Rest in peace.
So, prayers up to the Ray
28
Lewis
years
family.
old. 28 years old.
That's young, bro. That's young. So, man. Barkley. You heard about him?
Charles Barkley?
No, Saquon Barkley. It's funny. It's when I say Barkley, y'all ain't think of Saquon. See, I told y'all that he's not the guy.
Man,
Look,
stop,
y'all ain't know who I'm
Nobody
talking
calls
about.
him by
That's
his
crazy.
You just said Barkley.
I told y'all.
Like, what?
You got Gnarls Barkley, you got Charles Barkley,
Eric Barkley.
But hey,
You got Barkley Center.
I ain't letting y'all off this one. I said Barkley. We talking about NFL. I said Barkley. Y'all like Barkley who?
I was saying Gnarls Barkley.
He said
Barkley Center. I mean, you got freaking Eric Barkley.
So
Barkley.
look, he doesn't matter. Like I said, he's not that guy. He's not that guy,
bro. But you did that. I mean, come on. What's the? If you say Barkley, what's the most famous Barkley in the world? Charles.
Yeah, but we NFL right now.
I know,
man. Did that on purpose. But Ben, see, I be telling y'all about Ben, bro.
You gotta fit your narrative in this. Come on, man.
Let me call his name
Saquon,
like this.
Yeah, Saquon. Yeah, I should have said Saquon. You know what I'm saying? But he's informed the Giants he will not sign his franchise tender, and will not be at the next week's mandatory minicamp. He wants a new deal, so that's his issue. So the question is for y'all: are the running backs underpaid and undervalued?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
And yes again.
yes. Okay. So why do you say yes, Flowers?
Because the narrative is drawn up that, well, running backs don't cost that much. Well, let's go back. What is it, 2023? Let's go back 23 years ago when running backs were valued, when they used to give running backs 5-year, $40-50 million deals, and they were the workhorses of the offenses. And just somewhere in a 10-year mist that changed, they just make these running backs irreplaceable because they run. I mean, for hell, who am I thinking about? DeMarco Murray. This is a good one. This is a good one. Right?
That's a good one.
DeMarco Murray, right? Dallas ran the shoelaces out of that man's cleats, and when it was time for him to get paid, what they do? Ship him away. So
send him to the Eagles, didn't it?
Send him to the Eagles. Then he ended up in Tennessee. Yada yada. Pay these running backs. Maybe they need to come up with something as far as if you draft a running back top 2 rounds, maybe you need to just start giving them more guaranteed money in a sense, especially if you're gonna run them down for 5-6 years, and when they get 27, 28, because there's plenty of running backs now. Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette, I can go on and on. You run these guys to the ground, and then you want to make it like they can't play anymore because they've outplayed their contract, and
Zeke.
now it's time. Well, Zeke is. I ain't gonna. I mean, he's made.
Well,
Zeke has made his money. He's made his money. But you have people like my guy Jonathan Taylor coming up. He's worth. I mean, I don't know what Indianapolis is gonna pay him, but he's worth it. Saquon, pay that man, even if it's a 2-year deal and you give him 90% of. If you give him, let's say, 2-year, $30 million deal, give him $20 million guaranteed. Go on with your business, but pay these people. They're putting their bodies on the line.
On the line, yeah.
Pay them.
Well, maybe it's just Barkley. Kamara got paid. Chris McCaffrey got paid.
It's not the same situation, man.
Oh.
I'm just saying maybe it's Barkley. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, yes, they got paid, but you know what? They don't want to pay Barkley what Kamara and Chris McCaffrey got paid. That's the problem.
Right.
Now you can't sit up here and argue with me that Saquon Barkley wasn't the most valuable piece for the Giants offense.
Yeah, because nothing on the team.
Nothing's on the team. Now you pay Daniel Jones, somebody that's probably worth $25 to $30
I would
million.
give Barkley that money instead of Daniel Jones.
I would have franchise tagged Daniel Jones, and I would have paid. I would have took care of the guy that's been there the longest.
I would pay Barkley. I would have paid Barkley and did what I had to do with Jones. I mean, Jones. I can find another Jones. I can literally get another Jones. So, yeah, I don't know why. I hate the NFL teams do this to running backs. So
let me ask you
because
this.
they are an integral part of the offense.
You think Josh Jacobs deserves to get paid?
Yes. Oh, yes.
He's up. He's up.
Yeah. And what? Did he get franchise tag too? Did he?
Yeah. He hadn't signed it.
Yeah, he did. He didn't sign
but
it.
Look at how much the tag was.
How much was it?
$10 million. The tag is $10 million.
You heard what Josh Jacobs said. He said he's taking a stand for running backs right now.
Let me tell y'all something, man. What it's all started, and this is not some conspiracy theory. I don't like pulling a race card. I'm not even gonna pull a card. I'm gonna tell you what it is. We watching a change where at one point in time there wasn't that many black quarterbacks. So the quarterback position is getting paid out the Yahoo right now because the game is changing. You got the dual threat is more acceptable because the rush ends are fast. And you need a guy that can get out of that pocket that can improvise and play breakdown. So the game changed. But back then, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady, that's all the money was going to them. And the running backs, that game was played different. So you relied and leaned on that running back more. So you need to pay that guy. Now, you have a running back playing quarterback now. So really, you got an extra guy in the backfield who is just as valuable as the guy you got beside him. And they devac Todd McShay and Mel Kiper. They talk that position down so much that somebody gonna have to make a stand because I feel like even with Dalvin Cook, he still got a lot of tread on his tires.
Yeah.
But because of the narrative that's been painted, when a running back gets to be this age, they devalue. So it's all about, and the position is a predominantly black position, and those guys are going to have to take a stand and make a, the same way the black quarterback did. Like we still are a valuable piece of the puzzle, but the issue is there's only one Jonathan Taylor. We got to have another guy. See, Kamara is a running back. He does a lot of other things, but you need more Jonathan Taylors who can, you know what I'm saying, do it that way versus the more versatile way.
Like Nick Chubb.
I can get a lot out of Alvin Kamara, and I can get a Christian McCaffrey and put him next to Elijah Mitchell and get a lot of them more versatile. But Jonathan Taylor, he's that more traditional back, and it's kind of like Jokic with the position that bringing the big back to the NBA. Taylor would bring the running back to the league. We need one of those, but you got to have a bunch of guys that can do what Taylor does with a football. But it's just a changing of the guard, man, and the NFL just going off of what the media say. Yeah. It'll change back.
Yeah, as you see right now, even Derrick Henry being devalued right now by Tennessee.
But they'll run him in the ground, though. That's my thing.
Yeah.
You don't think Derrick Henry worth $20 million a year right now?
Yeah.
He's still King Henry. The thing is, but RC, you brought up a great point because now these running quarterbacks, these dual-threat quarterbacks are having 10 rushing touchdowns. I mean, they giving the ball to him on the goal line to do the dirty work, to do everything.
Hold on now. A handful. And along with the running backs, we're not saying pay all running backs $15+ million a year. It's only a handful of running backs that deserve the kind of money we're talking about.
Top 6.
Okay, but watch this. They're going to NFC right now. They drafted running back early in Detroit, but before they did that, they had Jamal Williams and Swift in Detroit, and they got rid of both of them. They value the running back. They look at the running back position as we are very expensive because there's a lot of the running backs are very versatile now. But what I'm saying, Jonathan Taylor catch the ball at the back there. I'm saying one of one. Those guys you got to pay one of one. Where at some point in the game he gonna break a 60-yarder. They're gonna just rip your heart out.
Ooh, I can't wait till this year start. JT showing up, he primed and ready.
But look, Alvin Kamara, you using him so many different positions, he could get hurt spreading out, going out there lining up like Marshall Faulk and get hurt on that play. He's done. But Jonathan Taylor, you know where he's gonna be at, back there with his hands on his knee, waiting to do what he do. And so that's why I say when you get a one-on-one like Saquon as well, you have to pay that guy because we ain't gonna see that. This is a rarity, man. Like, and I hate the disrespect, but I don't think Jacobs, Taylor, and Saquon, they don't have enough guys like them to where they can hold out, man. You got to go get your money. Go sign that tag and go on in there.
Because we saw, like you said, that Detroit is a good example. They got rid of Swift. They got rid of Jamal Williams. Why they get rid of Jamal Williams? Because they didn't want to pay him. Jamal Williams was a bruiser type back.
It's kind of madly genius though, because think about this. They draft Gibbs in the first round, so that's 5 years right there.
Yeah, cheap labor.
That's 5 years right there. John Taylor second. Let me say this about JT because JT is actually in a good spot because he's young. He's about 24, 23, 24, something like that. But now that we got Anthony Richardson, we don't have to pay a quarterback, so we can pay JT. So I think JT probably will reset the market in a sense.
Yep, because he's gonna have to get paid. But watch this. There's a team out in California who do the total opposite. They don't value the quarterback position. They got a rookie. They had a rookie last year get to the NFC Championship game. He's a rookie, so they don't have to pay him for a while. So there are all teams in the NFL wake up every year looking how to win a Super Bowl differently. Some of them are trying to make the playoffs. Some are trying to generate revenue, and you have the Super Bowl. Even in New Orleans, they go get a quarterback, a proven veteran, to put with Alvin Kamara now. Right. Now you're trying to win. But in Seattle, they got a rookie running back. By the time they get paid, their tread gonna be down on them tires, man. They'll be looking for the next guy.
You brought up a good point too, though. In Seattle, how disrespectful was that to K9, Kenneth Walker, by taking that under running back, and Pete Carroll coming down and saying like, well, the rookie gonna take half the boatload, but we already know if Kenneth Walker was the main guy, he's probably top 7 running back in the league. That's what I'm saying. The value of the running backs because they see how plentiful they are. They're like, oh, we can plug this guy in. 49 is a prime example. Oh, we can plug this guy in. We got Elijah Mitchell, Raheem Mustard.
Now, when Kenneth Walker went down, what did they have? No. When Kenneth Walker went down,
right?
They had Rashad Penny. I mean, not Rashad.
Yeah, Rashad.
He's gone.
But
now.
he did a great job when K9 was down.
Wait a minute. See, watch what I'm saying. Watch what I do to you right here. Now they seen Rashad Penny come in and do that. What makes you think that they got the value Kenneth Walker?
Let me tell you why. Because they spending his carries by bringing that new running back in. Even Pete Carroll came out and said it that it's not really Kenneth Walker's job. It's the rookie come in and steal it. But we already saw what Kenneth Walker was doing.
There's a problem with Kenneth Walker.
Came in and
so guess what now? You don't really have to pay him. You don't really have to pay Kenneth Walker.
Because you know why? Here's another problem. And Jonathan Taylor went through this at Wisconsin. Kenneth Walker and Jonathan Taylor and guys like that in college were high volume use guys. They was used. They ran a lot. They're more prone to be injured. In San Francisco, I truly believe Christian McCaffrey is 1-1, so we're gonna move him out of this conversation. But you can literally put me, you, any of us behind that offensive line with that scheme, and you're gonna get 1,000 yards because it's zone read. You saw it happen. That zone run concept was used in Denver, and all them Denver running backs, including Kenny Porter and Mike, and all them dudes got 1,000 yards. Mm-hmm. So it's like, man.
Yeah, sometimes the system, but sometimes the player. But I feel like all kinds of pride by Pete Carroll when he said that it wasn't Kenneth Walker's job per se.
Because he know he's injury prone. He know. You're like
it's almost like Breece Hall too. Breece Hall and Michael Carter.
Man, listen. If you look at, that's why I'm saying you got to pay the 1-on-1. You got to pay Alvin Kamara. You got to pay Christian McCaffrey and Jonathan Taylor because Ezekiel Elliott was a 1-on-1. It's just
he's past that. Mm-hmm.
When Zeke was at his peak, Dak wasn't at his peak yet, and so they run the shit out of Zeke, and now here comes Dak being where he needs to be. So it's like Zeke got the bad end of the stick. So.
Well, it's a battle going on it's a battle of the running backs, as you can say, literally, with Josh Jacobs and now Barkley. So there's I believe CBS Sports put this out. Oh no, Pro Football Focus. They put this out. They had the most overlooked teams entering the 2023 season. I'm gonna read you what they put in. And see if y'all agree or y'all think of another team they might be overlooked this season. The most overlooked teams this season, this coming season. Steelers is one they have on the list for the most overlooked. Green Bay, New Orleans, Buffalo, and the Rams. Do y'all have another team in mind, or y'all think those are pretty good picks for overlooked?
Why
teams?
are the Rams overlooked?
I don't know. I want to see the Lions. They literally in cap hell and stuff like that. That team's not well put together. I don't know why they'd be overlooked because that's where
I can see the other ones.
Why would Buffalo be overlooked? I don't think Buffalo is tender.
You know what? And I kind of think Diggs. And I recall seeing, especially when they lost against Kansas City a few years ago in the SC Championship. I feel like Stephen probably feels like the time they're losing time. They probably lost their opportunity, their window to win the Super Bowl.
I think it's still there. It just
how small is that window though?
Yeah, they just didn't play, man. I don't understand why that defense didn't want to play. And it seemed like they didn't want to be out there.
I gotta go back. You know what? I'm gonna say this too. Even though we haven't picked division winners or nothing yet, I might go on a limb and say the Jets might win that division. Just from hearing Aaron Rodgers talk the other day. Aaron Rodgers talk the other day. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers said this is the most fun he's had in years. He's been to every OTA practice. He's putting in game plans and everything else. Now, the last time he did this, RC, he won MVP. That I will say. that was probably my main concern with Aaron Rodgers. Was he going to be in the OTAs? Was he going to be protected?
Man, look.
He's kind of
But-
giving me a little, maybe.
RC, can you say for sure that you can pick this game correctly? The Jets versus Bills, week 1. You can tell me you can pick that game and say, yeah, that's a guarantee.
This is the problem I have with the Jets. People writing their name on the paper, put their name in the cement. They I almost said a really bad cuss word. They did an epic thing. And then this is the issue I have. If this guy don't take the Brett Favre route and go from Green Bay to New York, I wouldn't be so worried. It's eerie, giving me Brett Favre vibe. Then on top of that, the first time somebody in the media in New York, you know how the New York media get down, challenge him or criticize him because he's gonna be on the field and them guys are not gonna line up where they're supposed to be, and he's gonna be full of himself, and something gonna go wrong, and he don't be accountable. Because listen, you don't get to be, how old is he? 38.
39? 39?
Okay.
Yeah,
When you
38.
get to be about 30, but listen, when you get
Yeah.
to be about 39, 40-ish, you are what you are. Ain't gonna be no drastic change. Too much work. If I've been an asshole since I was 16, and I'm 30 now,
Question though, see. I got a question.
come on, bro.
And I don't disagree with you, but my
Come on,
thing
bro.
is, and I agree with Cal Hurd when he said this the other day. Who in Green Bay has been able to hold him accountable? Nobody. They don't have an owner.
They got Mark McCaffrey out there.
To. The city owns the team, so I said they have no owner. So who has been able to hold Aaron Rodgers accountable for the past 10 years? Aaron Rodgers was God in Green Bay. So now that he goes to New York, I'm curious to see, like you said, when the criticism comes, because it's gonna come. The New York media is not gonna give Aaron Rodgers any kind of break. The question is how he responds to it.
I don't have no questions. I have no questions about the Jets. I feel like they are the real deal. They have the pieces. There was a quarterback. They needed a quarterback. They got a quarterback.
You are the problem.
So,
if Aaron Rodgers coming there motivated,
I feel like they're the real deal, man.
He wants to be better than Brett Favre. He's not gonna go there and play like shit and be less than what Brett Favre was.
But this is the issue.
So I'm kind of riding that too.
Why can't I understand this?
But this is my problem with the Jets. People that's for the Jets, they own the Jets. Y'all like the Dolphins is dead. Listen to me.
They are
dead.
No,
the Dolphins ain't dead.
Wait. Dolphins.
Let me tell you,
they had 1 year under that system, man. So that system, that Shanahan system, they running that. They look very good. They were injured.
Who's the quarterback?
But if Tua's
so like put about 20 pounds of muscle on.
But here's the thing,
I
bro.
hope he put something around their head.
Here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing about Aaron Rodgers. This is what I fear about Aaron Rodgers. It gets cold in New York. It gets cold but it gets colder when you're getting your ass whooped.
He's not, man. Look,
bro, listen. In Green
I
Bay,
don't believe.
in Green Bay, they won the division. They won the division like 6 times in a row. They was expected to win. They expected to be great.
Comfortable.
Listen, man. I don't believe that you change that drastically when you've been away for so long. It requires a lot of work to just change your demeanor and your attitude. When you've been told you the guy and you can call your own plays and you do what the hell you want to do, and then all of a sudden you go and get it. You go and get with a team, and now you have structure.
It's Aaron Rodgers, though.
That's the beauty of it, though. See, either he gonna respond or he not. That's the beauty of it.
If this was Tom Brady, I would have no quarrels, nothing.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is on par with Tom Brady. What Stephen A. say? That's a bad man.
But it shouldn't take for RC or me or you to criticize Aaron Rodgers for him to get on his ass and do right.
But listen,
I think he will do right. You know how new scenery, new place.
Of course,
he got something to prove. How you feel good in
he
the
has
house.
something to prove. Aaron Rodgers cares about his image and his stats in the league history.
The number one guy over there,
Garrett Wilson, and he's a dog.
Okay, how do we know Garrett Wilson is a dog? We saw Zach Wilson and Mike White just be average. Okay?
Exactly.
Okay,
he doing good with the average.
But this is what I'm saying. How do you know that he's really a dog? Like, let's say there's pressure playing with other dogs who have expectations. This is this guy. I gotta be perfect. I gotta be perfect. I was a rookie. Hold on. Wilson was a rookie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this will be his
So
second year this year.
So I'm playing with a guy I used to play with on Madden. I'm playing with a guy I watched play in the
Hall
Super
of
Bowl as
Fame.
a kid.
You don't
So
think he embraces that? How we don't know he embraces that?
He's not.
That's
He's
the
not a
other.
lot.
That's the flip side of the question too.
He's
You don't
not
know.
Marvin Harrison Jr. He's not Chris Olave. Okay, he was on that team. He's not in Jigba. He is Garrett Wilson. We know he's a good player, but we don't know that he's a dog. I'm not putting. See, y'all crowning these Jets before they actually take off. Now,
Hey man, that
You know
players in
what?
the air, RC.
I'm more
There's
crowning the
that plane
Jets
going.
and the Dolphins more than the Bills.
Yes,
I feel like the
yes.
Bills might finish in third place.
I have more faith in the Jets than the Dolphins and maybe the Bills, especially since Allen's gonna be on the man cover. I don't like man covers, man.
So listen. If I'm wrong about Aaron Rodgers, and I hope I do, because he's one of my favorites. Y'all know I was with him before. Y'all kind of got with him with the Jets. So, but my issue is I just don't believe that I've been allowed to be away so long that I could just flip a switch and you can't ask Kobe Bryant. Wait, you can't ask Kobe Bryant to be unselfish with a basketball.
That's true.
It's got to be a process.
But don't all greats always can flip a switch at any moment and turn it on? I mean, that's what the greats do.
If your wife, listen, if you don't wash dishes in your house, and your wife, you ain't washed dishes in 6 years, she did the dishes, and she say, "Ben, today you wash the dishes," you gonna look at her crazy, like you about to get divorced because
new wife, man. You do you not feel a little bit more energetic, a little more gippy with a new wife?
You ain't been washing dishes. You're gonna have to ease your hands into the soul.
Aaron Rodgers got remarried. He feels rejuvenized.
A-Rod is giving us legit reasons to feel the way RC feeling because he was back like RC defended him last year.
Yeah, we bashed him when he was in Green Bay. We was giving him hard
and
time.
He cost me some money, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all. All that shit I said, throw it out the window. I'm gonna tell you what the real problem is. I believe in you so much. I'm putting my money down with you. You my GOAT. I think you're one of the best. If you were sitting right in front of me, I would tell you, I don't trust you because you had a game one last year that was gonna send me to the boat to get my $859.
I feel you on that.
The Giants, bro. The Giants, you lost to the Giants in London, and you were up. Go on about your business. And then at the end of the game, you're gonna do some shit like I don't even know what this is. Like this, what is this? The guy went that way. You
man,
that way.
RC, the O line. Let's be honest, the O line did not step up in that
game. I need Ben. You're gonna make me pull my hamstring. That's how I'm squeezing right now. I need you to be consistent because
I'm just.
So he goes to the Jets, and now all of a sudden you with him.
No. I think that he just made the team that much better.
If he went to the Dolphins, I'd have been with y'all. But the Jets, I don't trust
though?
Because the Jets and the Dolphins are the same thing. You got three teams in the NFL. You got the New York 49ers and you got the Miami 49ers. They trying to copy what the 49ers are doing. Robert Saleh. And don't forget the Houston 49ers too, because he's going to try to copy the same thing. The problem you're going to have is often imitated, never duplicated. The guy that's calling the plays and the system is only going to work in San Francisco. So the Dolphins going to have to put their own imprint on it, and the Jets going to have to put their own imprint on it and make it their own. The only one of those teams that got a legit quarterback is the Jets. But the issue is, can Robert Saleh really coach? That's
what Aaron Rodgers is there for.
Is Mike McDaniel really a leader?
Make a point, Ben.
We're going to find out who are they really? Is DeMeco Ryans really a great coach? Or are they just benefiting off a system? Because Wilkes going to get a job too that's in San Francisco. He's going to be back coaching too. But that's what I'm saying. Aaron Rodgers is the difference. Can he elevate him and get him over the hump?
Which one you going to get? That's the question.
I feel like RC, you're gonna be really surprised on how well the Jets gonna play.
I'm gonna tell you, hey, bro, I was wrong, and I'm gonna be happy for my dog. But my dog is a little puppy. He's stealing money now. I done seen this 38. He not fit, and then he went to the toughest league, the toughest conference. Come on, bro.
They got a tough schedule too. They do have a tough schedule.
They do, but I feel like they built for it. I feel like they can really. I'm not RC. Let me just make it clear. It's not just about Aaron Rodgers that I'm saying it's just gonna be good. I'm saying
Who
we
they
saw.
safeties? Who they safeties?
I forgot, man. To be
Who
honest, I
the
forgot
who
who
the
their
other
defense.
corner not? Who the other corner not named Sauce?
Sauce Gardner and the other dude. What's the tandem? I forgot his
What's his
name.
name? What's his
I
name?
can't remember his name. It was always
Okay.
Flowers know his name.
Who the middle linebacker?
Put me in this.
why you worrying about names for? I'm telling you that defense is top tier, bro.
But listen, who the middle linebacker? Who the Mike?
Is it
CJ
EJ Mosley? Is it CJ Mosley?
Yo, CJ Mosley from
Okay.
Baltimore.
All right, but see how you
Who-
struggling?
No,
You see how
man,
you
I
struggling?
don't study the Jets. I just know I played fancy with their defense. Their defense always stopping teams. I'm trying to tell you, that's the key. That's really the key to the Jets. Is the defense.
You said the Philadelphia Eagles had the number one defense in the National Football League by your stat.
I didn't say the Jets had number one defense. I said Jets had top defense.
All right, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not particularly about Aaron Rodgers, but
Fantasy football is your narrative that you gonna pull from.
nah, I'm just trying to make you see the whole picture. You seeing Aaron Rodgers over here.
If I'm wrong, I'm gonna get back on this show and
I'm
say,
trying to correct yourself.
But
wrong.
I'll just say this right here. The reason why my trajectory for the Jets is way up because, like I said, they barely missed the playoffs without a quarterback, a legit quarterback. We saw Zach Wilson struggle. We saw Mike White have his on and off games. They kind of have stability at that position. So that's why I say with a quarterback, let's be honest, if they had a real capable quarterback last year, would they not be in the playoffs?
Yeah, I believe so. But I think too, man, what I'm struggling with is I've seen Brady go from coast to coast and get it done and rally the troops. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is a rally.
He's not Brady. Yeah,
we're not saying the Jets gonna win a Super Bowl, but they are gonna be in the playoffs for sure.
What's the difference between Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers had more to work with. Drew had to literally work with scrubs. That's the difference.
That's not it, bro. You tripping?
That is it. What do you mean?
Drew make you want to go out there and play for him. I can't.
Drew's a better leader. He's a better leader. If Drew Brees didn't have the arm, of course Aaron has better arm talent. But if I had to pick between the two and I needed someone that I could depend on, I'm gonna go with Drew Brees over Aaron Rodgers because I know Drew Brees will get he gonna get it. When the last time you seen Aaron Rodgers in the middle of a huddle getting his guys ready?
I've seen it a couple of times, you know.
He got too comfortable in Green Bay. It's just gonna depend on how he looks at how he
it just all depends on the game. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think them young boys going for that either.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson. You think Aaron Rodgers talked to Garrett Wilson like that?
Them young boys.
Like what? Pump him up, give him some encouragement.
Like cuss him out and everything.
He ain't got no choice but to take it.
All that small stuff he was doing, I don't think they're not gonna take it laying down.
So let's say this.
I think the Jets have a little bit more fight in them than Green Bay players. I say that.
We're gonna go ahead and pick this conference tonight.
Green Bay.
So everybody on the panel, where y'all got the Jets? I want to hear where y'all got the Jets. Where y'all at?
I got them second.
Second.
Okay.
In the division.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Division.
I have Buffalo. I still have Buffalo one.
I got Miami first.
Wow.
Ooh. Miami and Buffalo. New England gonna be third. The Jets gonna be fourth.
I got New England last.
I got Buffalo third.
I'm gonna tell you, New England signed DeAndre Hopkins today. If they get him,
did they?
I'm saying
he visited Judon, his boy.
Because they're saying Pac-Man saying that New England, but I don't see where it ties in with him being New England. It don't make sense. But
because he'll be their number one. That's why.
Mac Jones. I think that's what. Guy.
I think that's what he wants to be. I think DeAndre still wants to be a number one option. So I think he'll go to the Patriots just to be that.
So let me ask you this. I'm gonna put the Jets third. I'm not gonna disrespect the Jets. I'm not gonna put it because New England still got some work
way
to
behind
do
the ears. They still the source team is 5
but there's no way in hell I'm putting that man at one until I see him week one. Let me see that game in New York or is that game in Buffalo? Where it's in New York. Both of them in New York. But hey, I just want to see him again Josh Allen in that defense and see how
I,
he responds.
I'm just saying. I feel like the Jets. They built for
Ben
it.
make
I
a
feel like
point, man. Ben make a point. The Jets played everybody tough without a quarterback last year, man.
But it did.
And
It looked
if they get a motivated Aaron Rodgers, I'm talking about wants to come in and prove a point, Aaron Rodgers, they gonna be a problem.
okay.
That's the way I'm looking at it.
That's to be
Yeah,
seen.
that's the way I'm looking at it.
I'm crossing my fingers, dog. That's all I'm saying. That's my dog.
Cross your toes too now.
Hey, I just know this, man. I'm glad. I love football. I'm glad we're able to talk about this. I'm glad he's getting an opportunity to go out the way he wants to. I just don't think Aaron Rodgers want to play football anymore. I think the decision, like, dude signed an extension with Green Bay and now you're in New York. I just don't think his heart is in it. He has nothing to prove. You're not going to win a Super Bowl in New York, man. You're not winning a Super Bowl. Like, Joe Namath is rolling over his grave. He's not.
He's still alive.
He's still alive. Now you put him in the dirt already.
Bubba don't do it. Bubba don't do it. I'm just mocking Bubba Dunn. Bubba Dunn had you dead before you die. And Joe Namath is somewhere in a mink coat with a cold Colt 45. He's probably still drinking there.
Taco Michon.
That is the last great quarterback for the New York Jets. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers really want to be in New York. I think he took the money. I think he kind of want to go out on his own. But if Super Bowl or bust with a guy like that, why not go to a Super Bowl ready team? Like,
yeah, I don't think they Super Bowl, but they buried in nowhere
last
year. All right, NFL news. We had it wrong, guys. James Robinson was with the Patriots.
Really?
I did not know that.
And
he was just released. He
must have got released. I was going to say cut by.
I don't remember.
Had to somewhere in between, I guess.
Yeah. Well, he just got released by the Patriots.
You have a problem.
Dude, they did this boy wrong, James Robinson.
Maybe injury prone, something going on there.
Well, Jacksonville, who was their running
solid.
back?
ETN.
Yeah, ETN. They let James go because Ohio State coach, what's his name?
Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer didn't like James Robinson. That was the problem.
Well, it goes back to what we were saying about the running back situation, man. They very expendable.
I wish New Orleans get him a shot. He's a stud.
Y'all got Jamal Williams, though, right?
Yeah, we do. Man, they were talking about the Saints signing Dalvin Cook.
Wow.
Dalvin Cook.
But that's that blog you be on where you like Lakers fans be on that blog too. Everybody released or want to be traded going to LA. You be on
I didn't see they kind of
Miami, Dallas,
Buffalo. They said fan blog. It's just weird, but
Dalvin Cook gonna play in New Orleans, man.
They're talking about Kamara being gone and all this type of jazz. Nah,
that's right. Kamara, he was going to jail. That's right.
Nah, he ain't going to jail. He gonna miss about 5 games.
He said he going to jail.
Jail, you must mean locked down in his house under house arrest.
House arrest.
Yeah, he must be under house arrest. That's the only jail you probably going to.
Big shout out to Deshaun Watson. I saw him the other day.
You hear good things about Deshaun.
Look like his old self.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I saw Ben, he was massaging his own calves.
Look, he learned. He learning.
They get one of them damn guns.
Oh man, the Jets signed Adrian Amos. That's a good pickup.
Well, there go your safety right there.
Well, they still. I can't remember the safeties for the Jets, but
somebody go look at.
Was it Marcus May or something like that? You be back there?
No, Marcus May play for us now.
I got that boy Jailbird too.
Yeah, he gonna miss some games too. He gonna get suspended. All right, let me show y'all this first.
Girl, I'm gonna go do my homework on the Jets after this. I'll be ready for the next show.
All right, we are brought to you by Bet Us. We got your game. Place your bets with Bet Us and win some money, earn some extra cash. The NFL season is up and coming. They already got their props and odds out. So go bet on that through Bet Us. With that being said, this guy I seen this parlay. This guy had 3-legged parlay. He had the Kansas City winning the Super Bowl. He had Connecticut win the NCAA men's basketball championship, and he cashed out before the Nuggets won the championship. So I can't remember how. Yeah, his payout would have been. I can't see that. They got to circle over it.
Oh my!
Can y'all see that?
Oh my goodness!
Mm-hmm.
If he would have played that out, what he should have did, he should have just let the playoffs roll on and went by round. You know, because they still would have let him pull out. But man, he pulled out way too early from the looks of this.
Way too early. Okay, he cashed out at 122. He placed a $25. Why would you not let that play out? Yeah, a $25 wager. Why wouldn't you let that play out?
Did you see his odds? He had like 200,000.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it was 26,000 odds.
That might be. I'm just making a guess. That's probably about $40,000-$50,000 right there.
Listen, man, he was nervous. If you watch Kansas City, Connecticut, and Denver play, that was he probably needed some like.
The first round, no seed. Like,
he cashed out the first round with the Nuggets.
Yeah, he cashed out the first. I'm saying, but when you're doing something like that, like he probably didn't envision them was so like nobody picked the Nuggets to win anything. I mean, there was no. I mean, he was lucky by getting the Nuggets because I swear to God, I ain't seen nobody at the beginning of the season had the Nuggets on anything to win a championship. But then the Connecticut one wants to reach too. I mean, think about it.
I mean, he got through that. I mean, it's $25.
I mean, it's like I said, $25, man. Like you ain't losing nothing with $25.
Yeah, you ain't losing nothing with $25.
Well, he must be the type of better I am, you know, because $25.
Maybe
he said you don't push your luck, RC.
I mean, because you got to think about it though. See, I know nobody picked Denver, but like being said, he got through Kansas City, he got through Connecticut winning it. You've seen Denver be the number one team in the league the whole NBA season. I think I probably would have just let that
just set on play out. Yeah.
It's $25, man.
Because if he get out the second round, like that, $100-something probably jumps to Lord knows what.
Man, look, Kyle, I know underdog hate me because I take $15 and I break that baby down like all kind of numbers. I be like, man, it'd be like I'd be making so many cards. I gotta win somewhere. I gotta win, and I do win a lot with underdog. I'm gonna miss the Denver Nuggets. They did me really good.
So I'm gonna show a clip from this. I think it was this weekend softball game. Jalen Hurts was in it. Let me see. Can I pull it up? Tell me,
man, where you find this stuff at, man?
Tell me what y'all think about. I'll just be browsing, bro. Just be on Twitter, Instagram.
I seen Joe Burrow taking bad practice last week, hitting things.
So here's the clip. Let me go back.
Well, you better stop sliding, bro. The slide is crazy.
Look at his leg. So did y'all see his leg?
Wow.
What did I miss?
He skinned it up. I don't know.
Strawberry. You got strawberry from sliding.
So yeah.
Oh,
what y'all think about him sliding? What y'all think about him
sliding? Baseball, man. You ever slid before?
But it's not. You're not getting paid to play baseball.
Yeah, walk through that.
Slide on the field too. If he had some pants on, it wouldn't be a discussion.
I wouldn't want him sliding with pants on. You know, I wouldn't want him sliding at all.
It's a softball game, right? Was it a softball game?
Walk through it. You doing too much.
Just stand up, bro. Because I mean,
I wouldn't risk it now. I'm with you. He
could have did something to his ankle, came down, rolling on his leg or something. That's your money making your legs. Why you sliding?
I bet they said something to him.
Yeah, they did. Oh, yeah. Dog, get your ass up. Like, what you doing? Like, hey, listen.
Let me tell y'all an untold story.
Who the backup? Who the backup for them?
Who is their backup?
Gardner?
No, Gardner's in Indianapolis.
I don't know.
I don't know who the backup is. Untold. Well, I don't know if it's untold or not. And you remember when Andrew Luck Well, hell, he's been hurt a lot. But this one particular year, in one off season, there was rumor that Andrew Luck had got we hurt his shoulder and he was out.
Mhm.
That's the one. There was rumor that Andrew Luck got hurt skiing in Switzerland, and he came back and covered it up, and it got worse. And he ended up missing a year because he got hurt skiing in Switzerland and made the shoulder worse.
Oh, that's why you gotta get
That
your
sounds
ass
all
up.
right. That's why you don't do stuff like that.
Yep. I mean, hey, listen, bro. I could be at the game, at the softball game, and that's my teammate, one of the Eagles, and I'm over there drinking, eating some popcorn, and I see Jalen slide. I'm going down third. Gotta play the 49ers in week 3.
How your mama talking between your
I know, right?
What is wrong with you? We gotta play. Listen, we got a bullseye on our back. And you put it there, so you better get up, man.
You out here
Softball
sliding.
game.
There wasn't no need for that.
I'm gonna tell you something crazy than that. The gritty had me nervous because you talking about look at his leg. I thought he put the gritty into a sprain ankle or something, man. Like,
I know, right? That's what I was waiting on.
Nah, it was on his calf. He light skinned, so it's hard to see the red mark on it. But
good old strawberry,
I should have circled it. I should have circled it for y'all. Yeah. So I got one more. Well, I actually got two more videos. Here's the other video I got.
Man, you need to put these on the YouTube as short so people can look at them.
Yeah. LSU, they got air conditioning in their helmets now.
God,
That's not bad, right?
yeah, that's for real.
Yep.
I wonder how that
practicing games this season.
That's crazy.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, man.
I
Appreciate it.
appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
I feel good, bro. Swear. Swear. This big though. But dude, if I'm running in this, I ain't sweating. At all. At all.
All right, so the video a little bit longer, but I'm cut it short.
Well,
So what y'all think about the air conditioning helmets?
SEC football is crazy, bro.
What y'all air conditioning helmets now?
Well, there's no problem. I don't have no problem with it, but can we fix concussions first?
First, like one step at a time on Flowers.
Let's fix the most important thing first. I mean, people been playing with helmets for the last 50, 60 years, no problem.
Yeah.
Can we fix to where when somebody gets hit by a Mack truck going 20 miles an hour and their head hits the pavement, can the helmet absorb that contact and protect the head? Can we please work on that?
Nah, we need air conditioning first.
We need air conditioners in the helmet.
RC, that's a luxury, ain't it? What they used to call it? That's a luxury.
bro. What's next? Air conditioner ass pass? I mean, I don't want to say that. You have an air conditioner jock strap. Like, come on, man. These kids are soft, man. SOFTT. 2 T's, bro. So what you gonna do next? The mouthpiece inside the mouthpiece gonna taste like a gummy bear?
Put ice in the mouthpiece so your mouth even cold.
Hydration mouthpieces. It keep you hydrated.
Bro, listen, man. Come on, man. These kids is, bro. They got an air conditioner in the helmet.
I can't go outside.
What is that helping though? What is that helping? Like, they're gonna have the top of your damn head cold.
I'm on defense.
Hey, you gonna catch a cold too.
I'm on defense. It's blowing in my head. You know,
can't hear nothing.
It's really nice.
Where is the air coming from?
Okay, what happens when it gets too cold? You gonna want to take it off? Like, damn.
Yeah, like
rub my head a little bit.
This is the real issue. This is the real issue I have with it, man. This is what's wrong with our athletes today. They too entitled, too pampered. You know, dog. I'm not saying you got to play with a broken finger, run it a lot. That's my guy, but that was stupid, Ronnie. That was stupid. Your finger broken. Your finger gone. The top of the finger gone. You out there playing. You were gonna get in the Hall of Fame whether you broke your finger off or not, dog. That was too much. But you guys got air conditioners in your helmet, dog. Like, let that marinate on your spirit, man. What do that do for your football team, bro?
It doesn't make you better. I know that much.
Imagine getting your ass kicked with an air conditioner helmet.
At least I'm cool though.
He's so cool taking his ass whooping.
You over there, you playing against Alabama, they up 20, 30 points. Hey, y'all ain't got no air conditioner in your helmet.
You hydrated, huh?
Let me hear it, dog. Let me hear it.
Oh,
it's
man.
crazy, bro. stupid, man.
Oh, man. I thought that was a wild thing. I was like, why?
Hey, it's
Why?
cool.
They
It's
don't act like they
cool.
don't have stuff on the sidelines blowing on them 24/7, different
That's
drinks.
Tampa, dog.
It's just taking the macho out of football, bro. Like,
Yes.
Like,
it's just
like what happens
crazy.
is like if the air conditioner breaking your helmet, like do they need to take it off and fix it? Like is there some type of electricity? Is
Coach,
there hazard? Is there a hazard?
I need
he's
some
talking about
antifreeze.
Yeah, I need some antifreeze. Hey, it blowing hot air.
My 69 ain't 69 no more. It's like 70, Coach. I need some antifreeze. Get out of here, man.
That's wild. So I have a highlight. The highlight of the day is T. Wright. T. Wright, you made the highlight of the day.
Bro, you better not be getting dunked on. You get dunked on, bro?
Yeah,
Bro,
T. Wright with the highlight of the day. He said every though. We got T. Wright with the highlight of the day. He made the show. That's why.
Bro, Ben got a camera on me, bro.
man, this man here.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, she was like, what are you
I thought about T. Wright on the milk truck.
Boy,
Bro, I look
2K9 though. That man, the world is cruel.
I was looking because I wanted to make sure that was you, Tyler.
I had to look too. Like
it wasn't me.
Hey, but I know there ain't nowhere to go for it. Look like that. That look like they was in Florida somewhere.
Oh, so yeah,
man,
that was hilarious, man. Come on,
Bro,
man.
Bro, let me tell y'all what happened to me. I used to work for Baker Engineering, which worked for Mississippi Power, reading power meters. And you know, when you're reading power meters, delivering mail or whatever, you know, stuff like that, UPS, you're gonna run into dogs, bro. And I had some spray, some pepper spray. And I saw the two dogs, bro, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get y'all ass. You know, I'm gonna spray y'all. But I had the spray pointed the wrong way, like it was, bro. I got the spraying. It was spraying back on my hand and in my face. But then when I got it, it was so much in the air. When I came to, the owner was, you know, getting me together, and the dogs were down. Everybody was messed up. I sprayed everything, including myself, dog. Just sprayed my own self, man. That pepper spray ain't no joke either, man. Everything burning.
You gotta watch that off, bro. You gotta watch it with milk. I seen the military people using milk.
Man, look, I was hurting.
I don't even play with no dogs like that.
Invest in a tire thumper
You ain't getting out the truck. And the owner's laughing, bro. The owner's laughing. They watch that mug on video laughing.
I'm just gonna put your package on top of the mailbox. I'm gonna take it back
like
to
me.
office. You can come get it.
Y'all ever seen a tire thumper for 18 wheelers?
No.
My father used to have one about this. It was a baseball bat. It was wooden. It's about that long. Invest in one.
Right.
I got you.
Play with me if you want to.
Play some games.
Don't. Jim Tomey style.
That's hilarious. All right, guys. Is there anything else y'all want to bring up before we end the show?
Oh man, great show, man.
Shout
out to anybody. Hey, listen, any of your family members been watching the show? Y'all getting your family members on the show.
My mom said she loved the show.
Yeah, my mom.
My brother, of course, we saw Houdini pop in on us.
Yeah, I know Ori popped in down there.
Yeah, we had a couple people from Pod Squad show up. Show some.
Look, I be having people, Virginia, people out in Cali watching with me. I appreciate them. I gotta get the family on board. But look, like C said, man, it's people outside your family that support you the most. Excluding, you know, the people in your family that support you, of course. But, you know, shout out to all people that support us, man. I really appreciate it.
That's right. Yeah, we love the support. Like and subscribe on our social media pages. We're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. Share it with family and friends. And we'll be back next week. Talk about our NFL. Let's do ranking.
AFC East.
Let's do it. We're gonna do a power ranking first. So I need all y'all get y'all 32 teams.
Saints number one.
I like that attitude right
Don't
there.
know about it.
MT looking like that, man. I like that. My boy MT. We
Same
back.
thing everybody else.
Kamara looking like Kamara, or
What MT
Orange
stand
to
for?
do black.
Moving trash. I mean,
MT about to show you what it means. That boy's ready. So, man, it's gonna be a great season.
Olave is the number one over there now.
No, MT say he's still that guy. MT say he's still that dude.
NFL young boy is not the number one.
It stand for making tweets.
Yeah, that dude got some mean Twitter fingers, no lie. So yeah, I can't wait till next week. We're gonna have our 32 power rankings. It's probably gonna take up the whole show, so we're probably gonna dedicate breaking down these teams. All right, guys, man, we'll see y'all Monday. We are out of here.
For sure.
Peace and love.